Good day, and we are back with more Dark Souls 3 time. And yes, indeed, this is where the game gets even harder. Like, if you thought that first bit was hard, oh no, ladies and gentlemen, it's not even close to difficult. What we're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, is where the game just picks up. Now, this is actually where the game starts to get really good in some respects, and it starts to open up a little bit more, but already we've seen that the game is not strictly linear in any way, shape, or form. Now, this is actually a fairly interesting thing here, where these hellhounds go and actually start killing all these people. Now, fighting off 3 hellhounds at the same time is not an easy prospect. Now, most of the time they will ignore you until you attack them. But the question is, why are the hellhounds attacking these innocent zombies? I have no idea. One can only assume that these hellhounds are super assholes, as they often like to be. Now, these are a new type of hellhound in comparison. Hey, there's one guy left alive. Hey, dude. Sorry about all your friends. And they are the zombies are completely passive. Now, there is a guy out here, and this is actually one of the other elements of Dark Souls that's, once again, really quite cool. I hear something I actually heard them before I saw them, because I heard them moving around. Epic headsets. Right, come on, you asshole. But look at that. Look how fast these guys move. Actually, trying to hit them is not an easy prospect. Alright, the alluring skull that I never used in this game or any other. Now, one of these guys is actually still alive. Now, let's see. Yep, there we go.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles.
Now, basically, these people just came here to die, and he didn't die. So who knows how long he's been here. So, I guess we have to kill him. I don't remember killing him early on. I don't think we can kill him. No, we can't. Maybe that wasn't him. I don't know. Oh, there he is.
Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe. To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor.
Londor!
As you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained.
Once again, just imagine how long he's actually been here.
Say, champion of Ash, how does the... I was once a sorcerer.
Accept the service. I'd hate to decline him because he's already...
Yet I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
And then he teleports. But yeah, all these people are just here to die, and just imagine being stuck here alive. See, it makes sense that these people in this game are all completely insane. Because, well, I would imagine it's not an easy prospect living in the world of Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a very, well, dark game. On the surface, it's just hacky-slashy fun. It is, and that's why most people, including myself, play it. But when you dig deep, when you really think about it, you see just how dark this plot really is. Now, thankfully, it's able to be dark in a shall we say, infantile way, where it's constant rape and violence. In fact, it's far worse, because it's a much more sophisticated form of darkness. Alright, let us save. Now, I remember dying so many times here. Like, it's not even funny how many times I died here. Because... like, there's enemies in this part of the game that they tank so much damage, and they can really dish it out. And there's a shitload of enemies, too. Like this guy. Just getting through this door is not easy. Oh, look at that. As you can see, I'm already taking a hit. But just getting through this door is not easy. And then there's a... now, most of these enemies don't talk. They're incapable of speech. Oh, come on. We get the item. Small weather shield, that is absolutely useless to me. But most of them can't even talk. But there's an enemy in here that, well, not in here, but out here, that's going to be really creepy. That can't talk. Well, these guys are creepy already. They jump around and they got fucking great swords for whatever reason. Right down there. That's creepy. The whole game is creepy. Like, they really must have hired somebody who knew how to make a game that was creepy. They really... the thing is, despite the fact that they fired the good optimizer, they really must have hired somebody who knew how to make a game super creepy. Because, like, Dark Souls 1 was kind of creepy here and there. This game, on the other hand, you know, it even creeps me out, and I'm not somebody who is easily creeped out indeed. But yes, these new little dribblet enemies, these trolls, are very annoying, as there's some that can actually grapple onto you, and whenever anything grapples onto you in this game, you might as well just assume it's an instant kill, an instant death, because for some reason they really made them... Ooh, backstab, motherfucker! But for whatever reason, if something grabs on you, you might as well just give up. You might as well just put down the controller and just wait to respawn at a bonfire. Okay, so what we're about to see is a very interesting enemy, a very creepy enemy. Now, I really need to buy a bow at some point. Now, some of these enemies won't attack you unless you get close to them. But we're going to try to aggro some of these guys before we aggro the new witch enemy that actually can speak English for whatever reason. Loretta's Bone! Oh yeah, that's what that was. Okay. Now that merchant doesn't really sell much that we'd want. This is also where we have a lot of enemies. Now, she is a very annoying creature. Now, for one, that thing can fucking home in on you. And does a shitload of damage. Ah! Fuck you, bitch! Okay, that was perfect. That was perfect. And for once I was recording this. There's so many times when I play games just on my own time that there's some really epic stuff that happens, and it's never recorded. That was just epic. We just hurled herself off the fucking cliff. Oh crap, don't die. Don't die. Back up, back up. I'm getting cocky. Oh crap, no! Backed up into a wall, because I am good at the Dark Soulsian. Okay, drink now. I better not back off the fucking cliff myself. But as you can see, we're now having to face a wide variety of enemies, each more powerful than the last. Thankfully, that idiot's dead. Now, one of the things we also want to do is we want to unlock some of the bonfires that are around here. This game is a lot easier in that respect than Dark Souls 1, because there always seems to be a bonfire at the absolute right place. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, there were far less bonfires that you could go to. Or at least that's how I remember it. I could be misremembering it. We definitely need to do a little bit of Dark Souls 1 playthrough at some point, or at least the quick start guide as I alluded to. Now pretty much these items are not going to be all that useful, but you really need to collect a lot of the Umbral Ash, as that does allow you to get some new items. And of course there's definitely some good souls to be found. Oh, found another Estus Shard. Sweet! Da-da-da-da-do. And we got another Estus Swig from one of the enemies. That's even better. Now, of course, I immediately jump down and get jumped by this guy. Alright, let's chug her down. But eventually, I would like to review or have a much longer Demon's Souls review. That's actually been reviewed on the on CGR Undertow. But I was only able to make it really short, and well, there's a lot to talk about in that game. Oh yeah, here we go. Now this is one of the weirder things here. Estus soup. How does that even make sense? Do you even really want to know what's in Estus? It's like, I always figured like Estus was some sort of life force juice that was like condensed down into something, so I can just imagine that's like some sort of like human remains that's like distilled into that. As you can see, this is a very creepy level with all the dead bodies hanging up. And of course you can hilariously knock them all down. Also, these guys are creepy as well, although they're not that dangerous. But still, all the dead bodies stuck in one of those cages, man. That's just... Ugh. Okay, we got charcoal, pine resin. Once again, we're not getting that many cool items in here, but it's always good to check, because you never know if it might actually be useful. Now, I never found the resins to be useful, mainly because I usually end up dying before they actually are useful. And that's one of the things you'll find with this game. A lot of the special items are good, but if you die, well, you've already used it, so it's kind of useless the next time you come back, or you use them all up, which is always a problem, to say the least. Now, like I said, this is where it gets hard, because, as you can see, they just jumped right behind us, and there's a guy with red eyes, which means he's going to be faster than the typical enemies. So, this is where the difficulty really starts coming up. And it just gets harder from... Backstab, motherfucker! This gets harder from here. Now, once again, if I didn't know how to play it as good as I do, that would have likely been a death right back there. That's another reason why I don't really go human, because usually you're not going to be human for very long, which is always a problem, to say the least. Now these guys won't attack you unless you attack them or get close to them, but every soul counts at this point. Alright, now we're not going to face the tree boss in this episode, but we will face him in the very next one. Mainly because I only want to get a lot of the crap from here. And unlock some of the bonfires. Now there's another... Now look at that! That attack went through an enemy. And we can't even attack that bitch until such time as we actually get in range. That's why it's always good to have a ranged attack. Now I have seen that bows are useful in the first game, but I just never used them. I never really saw a need to. Okay, let's avoid that attack. Oh yeah, come on, get him, get him. I hate it when you kill them just before they hit you just before they die. Okay, so we're probably gonna need to go find that bonfire. Don't really know what good the whip is either. That might be a good PvP weapon. I couldn't tell you one way or another. Now you have to be careful around here. There's actually an area where they can drop a bomb on some explosive barrels and they will blow you up, and that is generally an unpleasant end. And so, basically, if you know what you're doing, it's easy. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna die all the time. And even if you do know, like I was experienced with Dark Souls before I played this game, and until I really learned this game, I died all the time. Because a new Dark Souls game is you really have to know where the enemies are in some respects, otherwise you're gonna get blindsided. And now we're really close to the tree boss. Actually, we've come a long way in a very short period of time. But I think actually, yeah, let's go back to the Firelink Shrine, shall we? And let us grab a bow. I think you can get a bow for free, but I'm not sure where that is. So at the very least, we're going to see if we can't buy a bow and use whatever souls we have left on a level up. Then we'll come back and look around a little bit more and see what there is. But moving on from Dark Souls for a moment while we do the boring piddly crap, one of the things I've noticed with the TOS novels, that being Star Trek The Original Series, because I've started reading a number... Oh, you can also sell items in this game, which you couldn't do back in the day, but there's nothing for us to really sell that I want to get rid of. Okay, first off, let's take a look here if she has a bow. I'm not sure if she does. And the answer is no, she does not have a bow. We'll likely have to buy it. Okay, let's fix the Estus flask. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Star Trek The Original Series has had novels written for it like since the 60s. So, as you can imagine, they kind of vary in quality. They kind of go all over the place in many respects. Actually, let's reinforce the Lucerne. We're not using it yet, but we are going to soon enough.
Be careful.
Do I have a bow? Huh, I don't know if I have a bow or not. I don't think I do. I'd be very surprised if I did. No, I don't. Okay, I was like, when did I pick up a bow? But yeah, since there's so many TOS novels out there, it's really kind of crazy just how many people have written them. And how many famous writers have actually written Star Trek novels? Like, there's a lot of writers that I'm a big fan of. Okay, let's start getting vitality. Let's just dump it all into vitality for right now. Ooh, we're close to another level up too. So let us level up. Let's pop a soul and put some more in vitality. Let's see. Use selected. How much do we get from that? Now, how much do we need? 2,287. We have that. So let's go in here. Okay, let's see. Use. Okay, that does that. There's a way to select multiples, and I have to try to remember how to do that. Let's see here. Use selected. Oh, there we go. 5. That should get us probably over it. And it does. Okay, actually, wait. Let's, since I'm not going to make any boss weapons, let's use this one as well. Because boss weapons I find to not be all that useful. I'm probably going to have to pop a couple others, but I never found the boss weapons to be that good. Let's see. We need just 1,000 more. And so I usually just stick with the basic ones. Not because I am old and set in my ways, but rather because in terms of damage done, a lot of the basic weapons just do more damage, or at least that's what it appears to like to me. So there's like no need to even use the bloody things, except for actual souls. Let's just go for all 3. If we die, we die. It's not going to lose that much. Alright, and let's get 1 more level in Vitality, so we can actually get our asses moving and start using the Lucerne. There we go. Okay, so our equip load is 59. So that should be enough, I think, to allow us to use Lucerne without really making us go even slower than we already are. Okay, let's see. Because, like, the sword here weighs 3 pounds. Lucerne weighs 9. No, 7.5 here. That'll get us at 38.6. That's not too much worse. Alright, let's see. What happens when we use Lucerne? Yeah, the roll still isn't bad, so we will use Lucerne from now on. It's always good to have a weapon to strike at a distance, because you don't want to have to get that close, and it's actually very good when fighting bosses. That way you can really that way you don't have to be that close to them, and so it's easier to roll away. But back to TOS novels. I'm currently reading a early TOS novel written by Joe Haldeman. Now, for those who aren't sci-fi fans, Joe Haldeman wrote the absolutely world-famous novel, The Forever War. And essentially, he's written, as far as I know, 2 Star Trek novels. Shit. Look at how much more damage that does. Now, this guy is really annoying. He definitely has that advantage in being able to tank a lot of damage, but also he can strike really far as well. And he also has that ability to do bleed damage. But Joe Haldeman's Star Trek novels are really, really good. In that the characters are 100% correct. The actual Star Trek adventures make more sense than just about any other TOS novel that I've read. Like, the very first TOS novel was very much in the same vein as TOS itself was, which meant it made absolutely no sense. The very first TOS expanded universe novel was Spock Must Die! And Spock Must Die was, well, kind of stupid. Ooh, backstab, bitch! Was kind of stupid, by which I mean really, really dumb. In that, what? Ooh, backstab again! Oh, I'm just fucking owning in this game, it would seem. But it's where, and she does speak English, just if she were to not be killed instantly by the epicness that is GeneralLotz, you'd hear her, like, say something about some kind of curse and then shoot out, like, flames. Actually, she has this grab attack with this grab flame attack. I didn't know that she had that attack, and she grabbed me, set me on fire, and I died. And that's Dark Souls, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Spock Must Die, where they made a Tachyon clone of Spock. Yeah, a Tachyon clone of Spock, who was supposed to die. Like, he was legitimately supposed to die. And yeah, that was something, all right. I don't think that's what. And you know, it got popular, and it's not that bad, but it's just like the implications of, like, you know, why would Spock want a clone of him made just so the clone would die? It's like, and there are other issues with early TOS novels as well, but Haldeman's novels actually are really good in that they actually have some good internal consistency. The stories aren't like that, where characters are just expected to die. Since Haldeman was a writer of military science fiction, he actually makes Starfleet much more militarized than it would be normally. However, he also keeps that utopian theme as well, where, like, security is more or less like what you expect from a military force. But Kirk is still very much idealistic. Spock is still very much logical and things of that nature. It's just that good. Whenever I read a book that I really, really, really like, it's one of those books that will keep me up till 3 in the morning. And the 2 Haldeman novels I've read are very much 3 a.m. books. But that's always a problem. When you find a really, I don't know why that's blue, that just is weird, but that's always my problem when I find a good book. I always read it really fast, and I'm stuck trying to find a book of similar quality. Which, as you would expect, is not an easy thing to do these days. One of the problems I have with sci-fi is that it's too poignant. There was a sci-fi writer that I like that I just can't really read anymore because he's too bloody depressing. Where basically, imagine the SJWs won, and now that's law. Basically, there's some sort of evil there's a novel series he wrote called The Empire's Core, and basically it's SJW Empire. I'm not even joking. It's where they got what they wanted, and basically it's talking about the collapse of that particular empire. And it's rather interesting, mainly because that's the kind of stuff that was happening up until fairly recently, and still is in some respects. But basically, when that empire falls, and it happens literally within the first book. It's not a spoiler alert. It's one of those things, it's like, you know, Spock dies in Wrath of Khan. Oh my god, I had no idea. The question is like, you know, I guess if you didn't know anything about Star Trek, you might think, oh, I almost fell off the cliff there. You might think that maybe Spock got kidnapped by Khan in Wrath of Khan. That's kind of a stretch, but still, you know, the whole Khan scene is so faint. Well, actually, he wasn't saying Khan for Spock's death, but still. The whole concept of Spock dying, that wasn't a spoiler even back then. In fact, when it leaked out, they had to say, no, Spock isn't going to die. Spock is perfectly okay. And then, you know, he dies at the very end. That is a very interesting thing. I mean, and it doesn't take away from its enjoyment when it happens. But, like, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, how do you not know that Spock dies? Because, like, in Search for Spock, you know something happened to him. It's kind of like in the title, and it's like, I forget who said it, but like, what's going to happen? They're not going to find him? So, but really, the Trek trilogy was absolutely awesome trilogy of movies. I really enjoyed it. I actually have the Trek trilogy. I picked it up at the very best place imaginable. Space City Con 2013. That was one of the things I picked up there. And I was even dressed in a late 23rd century uniform when I picked it up. Because, like, it's cool to have the original DVD copies. Now, I had the Trek trilogy, well, I still do, on VHS, actually. Oh, yeah, he's going to shoot at us until we run away. What's funny is he's going to shoot at us until we tell him to stop. Literally, that's all we got to do is tell him to, please don't shoot your massive Dragon Slayer arrows at us. Oh, crap, we're going to die. Maybe not, if I can get up in time and don't get hit again. Nope, 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 run, run. Oh, he's there. He just teleported in. Shield, well, shield? Drink, heal up. I hope we can kill these guys, tell that guy to please stop shooting at us, and then go back for all those items, because I can't imagine they're any useful. They're actually useful, but it's good to have them. That was almost a backstab, but it still hurt him. But yeah, the Trek trilogy, I just don't know. The thing is, what's funny is, whenever I go back to the Trek trilogy, or I go back to TOS in general, I almost want to say, like, you know, the Abrams Trek isn't very good, and yet I highly enjoy Abrams Trek. I really enjoyed pretty much all those movies. I haven't seen Destiny, or, yeah, Beyond, that's what it is, not Destiny. I haven't seen Beyond yet, but at the same time, do I need to tear down the Abrams Trek to show my true enjoyment for regular Trek? It's hard to say. It's like, I guess the big thing is, you know, Abrams Trek is really very different from the original series and the other Treks. It's a much more action-packed and action-oriented, but is that really a bad thing? It's just, it's a very interesting concept that even I, as fair-minded as I am, still want to be like, you know, the Abrams Trek sucks compared to original Trek. When in fact, you know, Abrams Trek isn't very bad. We're not going to go in there because they will blow us up and we will die, and that will be very uncool. Okay, there she is. Let's attack. Or let's get these guys first. Still, look at all these enemies we have to fight. And he broke my block, or maybe I didn't have the shield up. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, we're gonna lose it. Oh no! Every time that death scream, though, I find it amusing for one major reason. It doesn't necessarily sound like it hurts that bad, it's just like, ah! I died again! That mirrors how I feel. Okay, we're just gonna run back there. But yeah, TOS is a very good series. I highly recommend it. People like to say it's campy, and yes, it can be, but it actually is a little bit more serious than people give it credit for. One thing I do like about TOS is there's a very famous line of saying, you know, we no longer fear words in our century. And it's like, man, when you hear people on the news say words hurt, and like how, you know, people have literally been arrested for insulting somebody. You have to wonder, you know, if Kirk or Spock were actually real, what they'd make of our Earth now if they compared it to like the 80s. Would they say we're doing better or doing worse? Now, obviously, people on the internet would be like, we're doing better. People should be arrested for everything, man. But then why do you hate the cops? And then they'd probably... It is funny to see that, though. And I don't mean to get political, but it is interesting to see. When you see these people get called out on their bullshit, you know, they never actually try to justify it. Because there's some things you really can't justify. You can't justify arresting somebody because they said something you didn't like. So they have to say, you know, it's not about arresting them, it's about saying that people hurt and stuff like that. They never actually come around and say, yes, we want people arrested because for what they say. You would never see anybody do that. Now, some hard cases might, but I'd be very surprised. Look at that. Look at that. They just can... Oh, and dead. See, this is where the game gets harder. This is where it's harder. But it's like, really, why should you, the individual, let yourself be hurt by words when all it is just vibrations through the air? Shouldn't you be a stronger, bigger person than that? But then I guess I'm just an evil, evil individual, aren't I? But that's where SJW... That's my big problem with the SJWs, is that they want everyone to be weak for some reason, when you must be strong. The world does not coddle. The world expects you to be strong and to take these things that people say. And of course the SJWs are the biggest hypocrites one could ever imagine. You know, I mean, they truly are. When they say things to people they don't like... Shit. Okay, we need a drink. I need a stiff drink after talking about the SJWs, but... One Star Trek show I highly recommend... Shit. I always hate that. It's where you just don't see them, and they just hit, because it's like, fuck you, man. Okay, just get in there. Aha! Well, that was enjoyable. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're still trying to fight our way up to talk to that guy and ask him to stop. Because literally, that's all you gotta do. It gives you a little prompt that says, make peace, and that's it. And you make peace, and he's like, okay, I won't shoot at you anymore. In fact, he goes on to help you by shooting those dumb fucks out there. So, that's always friendly, to say the least. Alright, so what we gotta do is I think we'll just avoid fighting anyone. Now, we gotta get back up there, because that's where he is. So I think we have to we'll run past these guys. Now that fucking mace that she has hurts. Actually, we'll come back in here, that way we don't have to fight all the way through there. Just fall back. See, this is why... Oh, crap! Once again, that's why I like being able to use this long, bloody hammer on a stick. Because it just works so well to attack. And also you can attack a wide variety of enemies at any one time, like that. Soul's-Endured Corpse, well that's useless. And there's a big guy in there. The Cestus 3. Now I don't think we can get in there. Yeah, there's a key we get later in the game. Come on, fall back. And smack him! Of course the little bastard smacked us first. Okay, smack him! I'm not really sure what just happened there. It's like, these guys aren't even hard to kill. They don't even have that much health, but actually... Ooh, blood bite ring. Blech, blood bite ring. Try saying blood bite 5 times fast. Let's see. What does it do? I think that decreases bleeding damage. Yeah, increases bleed resistance. That's not really useful for anything right now, so we're not going to bother wearing it. There are some really good rings in this game. There's one that boosts Estus usefulness, which... That's one I have on in one of my other playthroughs of this game. This is one of those games you can just play endless amounts of times because there's so many different ways to approach the game. Now, not all those ways are necessarily useful, but you still can. My idea is having a so-called glass cannon, somebody who can dish out a lot of damage, but he may not necessarily be able to take all of that damage. The reason I don't mind him not being able to take that much damage is the best idea is always to just not get hit. In this game, getting hit is not a good idea. Getting hit is a very bad idea. So, really, you just want to be able to hit and fade in many respects. And just like that, we're going to get... No, he's going to run! No! Get him! Aha! Not that this is really all that useful anyway, because... Oh, the sharp gem. That is actually useful. I can ascend this weapon to where it boosts my dexterity stat, which is a very useful thing to do. Because you want to boost dex. Well, I'm going to put... I don't think it boosts the dexterity stat. What you want to do is you want to have weapons that scale with your stats, like this thing really does. Because if you take a look, ladies and gentlemen, and this is something. This is if you don't know. If we look here, attribute bonus, both are D's, double D's, but it will still scale. Now the sword here is also a D as well, but if you look at the broadsword, it's a C for strength. And you can actually make this weapon... Oh, you can kind of see him breathing, but I thought he was dead. Ooh! Plunging attack. But, yeah, the more you can... the best weapons in the game really are the ones that scale with your stats, and that's what you really want to focus on as you play through the game. Is weapon... Like, the boss weapons, you have to have... You basically... With the boss weapons, I've just never found them to be that much better. They're always the ultra great swords and stuff like that. And for me, the best I've been able to play is just with moving around a lot. And being able to take some hits on the shield, asshole. Take some hits on the shield. Which is incidentally how you play Bloodborne, is you just dodge around a lot. So the question, of course, is, why do I not just use double-handed? Because I'm just not that good. I'm just not that good at this game. And I have no intention of practicing this game till all hours of the night. So I think we're going in the right direction to do this. This is actually another area that you can go later in the game as well. And smacky smack. Smack. Oh, come on. Smacky smack. Oh, great. Ooh, I still dodged him, though. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Actually, no, we just came from here. That's the area you go later in the game. As in, you go right now. Okay, we just came from there. Oh, this is where we need to go, because I think that will lead us off a cliff. Oh, yeah, I like how it just disappears. Okay, these guys are not easy. Because to say they're not fun, the whole prospect of the game is the difficulty. But see, look at that. Look at the stagger damage. Oh, shit. Well, look at the staggering you can do on these guys. Really, stop throwing buckets of heads at me, you asshole. Oh, shit. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Drink, now. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Ooh, sick dodge. Now, you don't want to have the shield up all the time, because that actually slows stamina regain, so you kind of have to know when to have the shield up and when to not have it up. There we go, we got him. Alright, so we're still fighting our way through to that guy. This seems like the logical way to go, to ask that guy to please stop shooting at us. I think it is. I really do believe that's the way to go. In fact, if my memory can be relied upon, it is. Because I remember coming back here after I defeated the plant monster. And this was that you had to take the elevator down. See why I hate these guys? They just jump around like a fucking asshole! Got him. It looks like I actually know what I'm doing. But yeah, after you fight the plant monster, you take the elevator down. Right now we want to take the elevator up. It is actually where we find Sigmar of Katarina. He's in this game as well, and you get to help him out a couple times. People like Sigmar. Honestly, I always avoided his quest. And this is another guy that we can talk to later on.
All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve
Hey, screw
respect.
you! Just because you have that big-ass hammer that's compensating for something.
If you've any sense, you'll go find a coffin to huddle up inside.
Oh, because that sounds like fun.
You here, in this land of hollows.
Hey,
like
screw
it like
you.
the others. You can go on ahead. You'll face death. Enough death to leave you.
Now, you can attack him, but we're not going to. He actually plays a role later on. Actually, wait, can we go down here right now? No, we can't. Yeah, we don't have the key, but we actually talk to her, and she can give you miracles, but we are not playing a cleric class, so it doesn't really affect us much. The thing is, like, you can put points into faith, you can put points into intelligence, but ultimately that's not going to work That's not going to help you much in terms of killing the enemies. Now you can go back down there, and that's where we go next. Sigmar! What up, dude? This game's also a lot more advanced in that the NPCs can actually move around. Yes.
Oh, pardon me. I am Siegward of Katarina.
Oh, Siegward.
To be honest,
That's Sigward.
I'm in a bit of a pit. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be... Well, if I'm not... Whoever it is, I'm sure I... But I have to find a way. This lift only goes down.
Oh,
you
dear.
see. Well...
Well, actually, it should go up. No, it doesn't. Huh. I remember this going up. I remember it actually being quite easy to talk to the guy. Okay, I don't think there's any place to go over here. I do know there's a really powerful motherfucker in there. And he can kill us easily. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Well, I know I didn't go in here first, so we're going to go back up and see if we can't tell that guy to stop shooting at us. Because I remember it being deceptively easy to go up there. Okay, so I can't activate that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Okay, let's go up here. I think there's 2 elevators, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this goes back over here. Because I remember I wanted to go back down there, and I couldn't go back down there. Okay, so that's what this is going to do? Hey, I'm doing my Sigward impersonation. Okay, let's activate this. Okay, so that doesn't work. So we're gonna have to wait for it to come down. Or maybe it's like... I always love it when, you know, in my first playthroughs of some of these, I'm able to figure it out, like, almost immediately. And then it's hard when I come back to it and actually know what I'm doing. It's very... It's very me, I should say. Okay, so this might not be the one. Okay, let's... Okay, so that didn't work like I had hoped. It actually reminds me of KOTOR 1. There's a puzzle in there that's actually quite easy, but for some reason, I just couldn't figure it out in my second playthrough. And if we don't figure that out, we'll call it an episode and try to find something else. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Well, that was easy. That was a difficult puzzle, I guess. Okay, so I guess I must have done that by accident. Now, you can't... I don't think you can actually go talk to him again up here, because I've tried to, and I've ended up hurling myself into the abyss several times. And that was not good, to say the least. Okay, there he is. He's a giant. And...
Who are you?
Make peace and leave. Why would you not do this?
I help anytime. I help any...
And see, look, you literally just tell him, hey, don't shoot me. And he's like, okay. And he's like, oh, not only will I not shoot at you, I'll actually help you out. It's like, I don't know what you're supposed to have said to him, but I guess it's like, yo, dude, stuff's hard enough. Shit's hard enough as it is. Could you kindly not shoot me with the big-ass arrows? But that'd be nice if I could say, hey, Sigward, I stopped him from shooting everybody. You can climb down now. How he got up there, I couldn't tell you. Maybe he's not limited to just running and jumping poorly. Well, I can't imagine you could jump that very well. Jump that well with armor like this. Okay, so we've got him to stop shooting us, and we haven't really explored everywhere, but I think we'll go fight the plant anyway. He's not really a plant. He's more of a tree. Of course, a tree is a plant, isn't it? I don't know. Is there anything over there? Let's go and gather up some of those items. If we can. All these rats should be still be dead, and they are. But see, that's one of the things about Dark Souls. You just gotta find those alternate paths, because that will make your life 1000% easier. There's so many things about this game that if you just know what you're doing, you will be able to avoid many of the pitfalls that Dark Souls has. You can actually have fun with the game instead of screaming at it the entire time. Alright, should we kill that guy? Yeah, I'm in a hurry. Fuck you, dude. I'll kill you next time! We could actually try to go down there and kill that other guy, but we'll just go the way I did the last time. Now, he's just gonna start shooting. Actually, is that an item over there? It is. We will come back and get it. But see, he'll start shooting, but he won't shoot at us. And the arrows can't actually hurt us. So that is good indeed. And I think there's some souls over here. Fading soul, ember. But look at that. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Come on, shoot him again. Ah, oh, fine, don't shoot him. Oh crap! Aha! Fuck you, Hammer Dude. The Hammer Brothers. He's already dead, I got him. Alright, young white branch. I'm still not really sure what those are good for right now. Can't remember. Worker hat, because that's useful. I forget what those white branches are used for. I can't remember. I don't know, we'll figure it out as we play throughout the game, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many items in this game, and it still requires you, the player, to figure it out. I'm glad... Ooh, Mortician's Ashes. That will actually give us some more items at the store. Not that I actually use any items at the store, but if I wanted to, I could. Can we get over here? I think so. Nope. Brilliant. And I think that is a good stopping point here. Ultimately, in the very next episode, we will fight the giant tree, but we'll need to get a bow at some point. I still haven't found a bow, so I might just in my own time try to find it, because I had a bow around this time the last time, and now for some reason I don't, so it's got to be somewhere. So in any event, I'm GeneralLotz, wishing you good bow and good lucerne, whatever makes you happy.